Hey everyone, welcome to Saturday Night Cenobites. I'm Sareth Ney, and um, thanks to all my previous guests. I thought that would be like a cool way to open up the show. I didn't want to start with myself first, but I wanted to shine the light on some of Jacksonville's finest. Um, but with this Saturday Night Cenobites, I'm trying to raise funds for my favorite theaters, Sunray Cinema in Jacksonville and the Corazon Cinema and Cafe in St. Augustine, Florida. So you'll see their websites below this video on YouTube, and please purchase like tickets to go see their virtual screenings from their websites, so that way they can stay open during the coronavirus pandemic. Um, with that said, there's some my social media handles are on the bottom. I didn't want to put my cash stuff, my Cash App and PayPal and Venmo on there because this episode is just for raising funds for the Corazon and the Sunray Cinema. But I will be talking about my journey in film, and where it all started. What my first experience was in film was watching like action flicks. I remember watching, like, my parents showed me like Jean-Claude Van Damme movies growing up. So that wanted me to be like in martial arts, but I knew that I was a wuss and I didn't want to learn how to do the splits because it looked painful. So I'll leave that to JCVD. Comedy also was a big part of my life. My earliest memory was probably watching Harlem Nights. That was a fun one. And let's see, my neighbor actually exposed me to horror films. And my very first memory of horror was Julia in Hellraiser 2, because I couldn't keep the skinless part of her like out of my head. It was a pretty intense special effects and makeup. Mad props to those folks from the 80s. And I also remembered seeing one of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies where it took place in a mental hospital, and they had those veins sticking out, and Freddy Krueger was being the puppet master, the puppeteer for those folks. So that's my very first experience in horror in like the early 90s. One other movie that scared the crap out of me for like 6 years, from when I was 9 to 15, was Candyman. And it would have been released like a week ago, or over a week ago, but the pandemic, right? But yeah, that made me sleep with the light on and use the restroom with the light on, the door open, the whole nine, for 6 years. And the only thing that put me to sleep was listening to Delilah on the radio, as crazy as that may seem, but that helped out a lot. Let's see here. My very first short film festival that I entered was called the Pope 24-Hour Film Festival. Many moons ago, like 12 years ago, maybe more, 2008, I think. And we made a movie called The Narcoleptics, and we had 24 hours to make it. We actually did it in 12. We had $25, so we spent it on $10 on gas, like a little bit on the shooter of like J&B whiskey and an energy drink or so. So that was like $25 total. So 15 in gas and then 5 on the rest of the other stuff. And we won the award for best film to watch while stoned, and I will never forget that because it was just like the actor in the movie that played the priest wasn't really happy with the award that we won, and I was just cheesed that we did win an award, so he just ended up giving me the award. So I kept it. I still have it somewhere, but it's on here on YouTube. It's under exploitation short films, so you'll see that, and you'll see the rest of my short films that I made. Part of the pulp, and some just for fun. And the last one will be released next Friday night, Friday morning at midnight. So that'll be fun. That's called "Where Are You, Manchu," and it was a fun one to make in 24 hours too. So be on the lookout for that. What else? My career I decided to reach out to the guy that made Hellraiser 2 and Hellraiser and Candyman, which is Clive Barker. And so I got my internship to graduate college with him. And I spent the summer of 2009 with him. So that was pretty cool. And you'll it was a fun time. I think we went to Comic Con together. That was a lot of fun. And then he tweeted about me, and that was neat. I keep it for my press kit, and it's opened a lot of doors for me. It's You can find it on my press kit. If you go to my website, aqdpi.com, which is scrolling on the bottom, so you'll see for yourself. And the next 3 years, I graduated from college, and then I was an apprentice for 3 more years, and I was a concert journalist as well while I was living in LA. Had to keep busy because you have to create your own fun when you're out in LA. For the nights that you aren't at the studio, so I kept most of my time being a concert journalist, and that was fun. And then my only motion picture film credit was in his movie called Nightbreed, the director's cut, and I have like the U.S. version and a couple of the European versions because I was really stoked to see my name in a movie finally. That was awesome, and it was kind of him to thank me in those movies. And it was a great 4 years, I think. To my knowledge, it was a lot of fun. Good times, bad times, but overall, it was great times. What else? And I moved back home to Colorado shortly after the 4 year thing out in LA, and I was blessed with my own festival called Sareth Fest, and I thought, why don't I bring like a film festival and make it a part of that festival? And I tried it out at a theater. At the time, it was called Damon Runyon, but now it's currently Spirit House. And so they still show movies there, but not during the pandemic. But not a lot of people showed out for that one. But the music stuff that happened was fantastic, and the comedy portion was fantastic too. I think I started the movie portion way too early, so oh well. I learned my lesson. But now, I am putting together the Corazon 24-hour film festival that's happening at the Corazon. And it was supposed to start today, but because of the coronavirus, I didn't want to put anybody's lives in danger. So we're postponing that until August, the last weekend of August. And that's when the students come back to school. There'll be more film students that are involved, and it's best for us because I didn't want to put anybody's lives in danger because of the virus, and it wouldn't be fun. Besides, Florida has like a lot of spikes in the coronavirus at the moment, so better to be safe than sorry. We'll wait a couple months. But yeah, it's been a fun film journey so far, and it's been short. I know this interview's been short, but next week I'm looking forward to interviewing some filmmakers from my hometown, called in Pueblo, Colorado. The first is Ane Lujan. He's a musician as well and a graphic artist, so looking forward to interviewing him. And the week after that, on July 4th, I believe, will be my friend Junior Robinson back home in Colorado. He went to school at USC Film School, which is in Southern Colorado, Southern California. So out in LA, we'll talk about his experiences and stuff there too. So other than that, it was short and sweet. I didn't want to go into full detail about my time with Clive because Um, it was um, it was a pretty fun time, but some of those stories are left best out in LA. And but yeah, if you want to hear about them, you're more than welcome to talk to me. And I will see you all soon. Please subscribe, and I'll subscribe right back to you. As I said on the bottom, follow me, and I'll follow you back. And I will see you next week on Saturday Night Cenobites.